doesn't say.
It's really not my problem.
He had better shut up.
That's an open secret. That's not what I heard.
Someone's got to do the work.
Honestly, I simply thought it was village.
That's not what I heard.
Some miserable pickpocket has stolen my ledger. You didn't have anything to do with this business, did you?
Me? No.
Yes, all right. Just get out of here.
That's what I've always said.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
You look a little worse for wear. Haven't slept in a long time, have you?
Too long, I should say.
That's terrible.
Come on, step closer. With me, you'll find what you're looking
I
for.
won't tell her a thing from now on.
These are bad times.
Show me your...
Everybody knows by now.
That's not what I heard.
I'm no better off like
I don't believe it.
Terrible.
Do you really think?
But that's
That's not
terrible.
what I heard.
There's nothing you can do
Go
about
ahead.
it.
Don't tell me that.
That'll only cause more
These are
trouble.
bad
Keep
times.
anything to himself.
I never knew that.
That's typical.
Filthy thief, just you.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Who are your employers?
You don't really think I'd tell you that, do you?
He never would have thought of that himself.
And he works all day, too.
You hardly know who to believe these days. Anything's possible.
Ahoy, you landlubber. Looks like you're stranded here. You look a bit pale around the gills. Never mind, my lad. All you need is a good stiff sea breeze.
There's nothing you can do about it.
What are you doing here?
Back when I was a young man, I went to sea and rode through many a big storm. No big deal, not at all. But that old tower came closest to what I call a home. I haven't been up there in ages.
Why not?
Ever since these scallywags took over my lighthouse, I haven't dared get closer to it than 20 feet. Really bad rabble, that. They're criminals from the Valley of Mind, you know. There was this big bang on the other side of the mountains, and they swarmed all over the land like flies. Now they're hiding out everywhere,
Thought of that himself.
even in my lighthouse. I think they're on the lookout for any ship they can raid. Ah, let them.
What was obvious
Then
all
at least
along?
they'd be out of my tower.
Some problems solve themselves.
Do you come to town often?
I always say a town is only as good as its harbor. A harbor is the gate to the world. That's where everyone meets and where everything starts. Once the harbor goes to the dogs, the rest of the city will follow soon.
It's a bad business. Nobody will learn anything from me. There've been all kinds of rumors. I don't want to hear that.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
What do you want?
That's terrible.
I wanted to have a look around here.
Then where exactly are you
Someone's
headed?
gotta do the work.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Go away, don't tell me that.
That's an open secret. And he works all
Go
day,
away.
too. Don't tell me that.
That's an open secret.
Now that's
What are you standing around for out here? Go on in and meet
Go
our
away, don't
passionate
come
Nadia. This hot creature of the night will give your life a new
I
meaning.
won't tell her a thing from now on.
he can't keep anything to himself.
That was no big deal.
That's not what I heard. Go away, don't tell me that.
Nobody wants to know.
But that's terrible.
That was no big deal.
That's an open secret.
I couldn't get it.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Nobody wants to know.
Now that's typical, isn't it? Don't tell this to anyone. You don't say. He can't keep anything to himself.
You don't have to tell me that.
I'm not telling you anything new.
I couldn't care less. Been there, done that.
That's really not my problem.
That's the first I've heard of it.
No idea. You tell me.
I'm not touching that.
What do you have to offer?
Then pay.
It can't go on like this forever.
Only in us decides what's right or wrong.
It was just like you said.
I'm staying out of it. That's no secret.
He would have never thought of that himself.
These are bad times.
I couldn't.
I won't tell her a thing from now on. And he works all day, too.
He'd better shut up.
I don't believe that.
No idea. You tell me.
And it's going to get even worse. Don't tell this to anyone.
Who says things like that?
My task is done, but who knows?
What are you cooking?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
It's gonna get even worse.
Now that's terrible, isn't it?
He simply talks too much.
I can't take care of everything.
What led you into this poor area? What are you looking for here?
I'm just looking around a bit.
Ha! Then you better not be caught looking around. It would seem that we have a few thieves in the city who would steal stuff from the rich people. The city guard recently turned the harbor district upside down, but they didn't find anything.
Got my own opinion about that.
That's not what I heard.
He doesn't see that. I can't help. Hey, you're new in town, huh?
Yes, and what about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here. I'm almost out of gold, so all I can do now is join the militia, I guess. But I don't want to do that. I won't be slaughtered by those orcs on the king's behalf.
I've got my own opinion about that.
But no, he insisted he knew better. It's a bad business.
I wouldn't be so sure.
I'd have gone about it differently.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
There you are again.
I knew that would be a problem.
I've got a few skins for you.
But you know, I'm only interested in the skins.
I think this bow belongs to you.
My bow? Where did you find it?
In a dark hole full of rats.
I hope you didn't get into trouble.
No, I've done this kind of thing before.
Thank you anyway. I owe you for this.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Show me your wares.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I'm not touching that.
Will it ever change?
Don't say you didn't know that.
Thanks for saving me.
I never knew that.
Hey,
Eldritch will work for you again from now on.
I can only hope that he won't disappear again when the next little tart waves her skirt at him. Take this gold as a reward for bringing back my apprentice.
What do you want?
Hey,
New in the city, huh? I'm Brian. I'm Master Harrod's apprentice.
What do you want?
Thus spake Adanos to his brothers, never again shall you walk upon my...
hey, you!
As long as there are men like you in this town, I still have hope that everything will turn out well.
But the human and the beast waged war upon the land of Adanos, and the wrath of the gods was with them. The human slew the beast. And the human slew the beast, and it entered into Beliar's realm. Adanos saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he bade Enos to take his divine power from the human.
Can I get a drink here?
if you have gold, you can even eat here if you like.
Adanos feared for the day in which the beast...
Look what I have here.
But this is Lamar's ledger. Oh, what are you planning to do with that?
And so he bade Enos to leave a part of his power in his...
And how's business going?
Ah, don't remind me. Lord Andre is serving free beer at the Gallows Square. Hardly anybody comes here now, except for the rich people from the upper quarter.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, some of those swells could really get on your nerves. Take that Valentino, for instance. I can't stand the sight of him. But I can't pick my customers. I need every coin I can make. What little I had managed to save has been stolen, along with all my silver.
What is it with this Valentino?
He's filthy rich and has no need to work. And he brags about it to everybody, whether you want to hear it or not. He drinks a lot and always stays until the end, and then early in the morning he totters back to the upper quarter. It's the same every day.
You've been robbed?
Yep, some time ago. It was still rather crowded that night, and I was doing the rounds serving beer. I wasn't gone long from behind the counter, but it was long enough for those bastards. I went to see the militia about it, but they couldn't find a thing, of course. Yeah, they prefer to get plastered on free beer.
Tell me about the missing townspeople.
I heard that a lot of them went missing down by the harbor. Small wonder with all that's going on down there. Even Thorben, the carpenter in the lower part of town, has lost his apprentice. Hakon, one of the merchants in the marketplace, had an especially strange tale to tell. He said that there was this fella that he used to bump into every day, and then suddenly he vanished off the face of the earth. He even went to see the militia about it. Townspeople all pretty much panicked after that. I don't know what to make of it. I think it's all nonsense. Khorinis is a rough city, and many dangers lurk outside her gates. Those who don't stay within the city walls will be attacked by bandits or eaten by wild animals. Yeah, it's that simple.
I've got your silver.
Really? Here, take this as a reward. A very special beer. This is my last keg.
Show me your wares. Here's the book.
Oh, thanks. You saved my butt. Lamar can get rather ugly. Here, take this as a reward. It's the very last drop.
Show.
Shall you walk upon my land, for it is sacred, and so shall it be. But the human and the beast waged war upon the land of Adonis, and the wrath of the gods
Hey. Okay?
Yes, but I'm not going out of the city anymore. At least not anytime soon. My knees are still...
Hey, you!
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. By reason of the imminent danger of an attack by orcs, each inhabitant of the city is to prepare himself accordingly.
Look what book I have here.
Lamar's ledger. How did you get hold of that?
Well...
If Lamar doesn't have it anymore, that's a good thing. But I'd rather have it myself.
Here, take the book.
Thanks. Take this as a reward.
What is this you've given me?
It is a key to the gate of wealth. Just...
I'll
never get this open without the right key.
And it's going to get even worse.
But that's terrible.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Everybody knows by now.
Show me your wares.
He simply talks too much.
That's what I've always said.
I don't believe that.
And he works all day, too.
Someone's got to do the work.
And
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
he'd better shut up.
He can't keep anything to himself.
He simply talks too much.
But that's terrible.
You don't say.
Someone's got to do the work. Ah, there you are.
And he works all day, too.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
That's an open secret.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
And he works all day, too.
You don't say.
These are bad times.
I took care of the bandits.
Really?
He says things like that.
Anyone could say that. Do you have proof?
Should I go back and cut off their heads?
No, I don't think that will be necessary. I believe you. You have done the merchants and the city a great service. Here is the money you were promised.
That's an open secret.
You don't say.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I don't believe that.
That's what I've always said.
He can't keep anything to himself.
What's up?
It's been a long time since we've seen a stranger on our land who didn't want to skin us. I hope I'm not wrong about you. I'm Egil, and the strange bird over there is my brother Anim.
How's the field work going?
Great, if those miserable field raiders weren't constantly destroying our harvest.
Why don't you do anything about the field raiders?
You're joking. Since I've been on this farm, I've killed so many of the beasts that I've lost count. But alas, new ones keep coming.
I've gotta go.
So long. I really...
Hey, you! who are you?
My name is Enem. I'm one of the field hands. And the half-pint over there is my brother Egil. We've been working here on the farm for Akil for several years.
How's the field work going?
Do you want to help? There's another hoe back there. Grab it and then head for the field. You just have to make sure that the field raiders don't surprise you. They'll tear your arm right off with one bite.
Why don't you do anything about the field raiders?
I've killed more of them than I can count. The only problem is they keep coming back.
Your brother told me the same.
What? That loafer? He always disappears just as soon as the beasts come onto our land. He shouldn't be talking such nonsense.
Your brother tells a similar story.
Ah, what exactly does he say?
That he has also done away with plenty of field raiders.
What? That loser can't even find his way home by himself. Tell him he shouldn't brag like that.
Hey! Your brother thinks you're a braggart.
What? He's actually got the nerve to say that? He'd better watch out or I'll teach him a lesson. Go and tell him that.
Enem is a bit irritated about this thing.
He shouldn't puff himself up so much, else I'll tear his head off. Tell him that.
Hey, you! I think the two of you should just relax.
The bastard didn't give in, am I right? I'll tear out his guts. Tell him that.
Why don't you tell him yourself?
I'll do that.
Not bad.
Thanks for the gold, you hero.
Wait a minute.
Haven't you done enough damage? I think you should go now.
Hey!
Wait a minute.
one really wants to hear that. Tell me that isn't true.
Do you really think? You listen to the wrong people.
What are you doing here?
Beat it! Understand?
How's it going?
If you want to talk to Rumbold. I'm just here in case anyone makes trouble. Been there, done that. And there's more, believe me.
That's all just gossip.
No idea, you tell me.
Everything all right?
Yet another day laborer who doesn't know where to go? No problem. Talk with our farmer, Bengar.
Been there, done that.
What are you doing here?
I'm the shepherd here. It's not exactly a demanding job, but now and then you really have to watch out, especially if you get too close to the pass.
I couldn't care less.
What do you know about the pass?
Not much, just that it leads to the old Valley of Mines that was surrounded by the barrier until a few weeks ago. Back then, the only thing we farmers had to be afraid of was the monthly caravan that took all kinds of goods to the Valley of Mines. Those cutthroats often made life difficult for us out here.
I couldn't care less. That's no secret.
That's all just gossip.
I couldn't care less.
Nothing's ever gonna change that. But no, he insisted he knew better. That's exactly what I said. Is it really true? Anything's possible. That's all just gossip.
No one really wants to hear that.
That was obvious all along. You have to feel sorry for the poor guy. That's been known a long time. That's exactly what I said.
You're the farmer here?
You could say so, but I'm really just a tenant. All the land here is owned by one big farmer.
I'm no better off myself.
How do you make a living?
Mostly hunting and the wood we cut. Of course, we also raise sheep and work the land. Onar saddles me with all these laborers, and I have to keep them busy somehow. Only a few of them are good hunters, you see.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
Has anything strange happened around here lately?
Many strange things are happening these days, but none as strange as the mysterious disappearance of Pardos. He's one of my field workers, and certainly not the kind who would drop everything overnight and slink off just like that, you see.
What exactly is so strange about his disappearance?
Pardos is such a timid sort. The furthest he's ever been from the farm is to the end of my fields. He would run away at the mere sight of a meat bug. Those things may not be pretty to look at, but you really couldn't call them dangerous. They say there's people who eat them. Gross.
You get used to it.
As if I didn't have enough.
Maybe he was simply fed up.
Working in the fields was his life. I cannot imagine him having gone to work for another farmer. With me, he could do whatever he wanted.
Thought of that himself.
Any clues at all?
I think those bandits must have dragged him off. They've been roaming around this area for days now. I once saw them drag a citizen of the town off to their camp. It looked like they were gonna make him a slave.
It's better to watch out who you tell.
Where is this bandit camp?
At the far end of my fields, some steps lead down to a small hollow. That's where they have made themselves at home. I'd like to go look for Pardos there, but there's no way I'm going up against those guys. And you had better give him a wide berth, too. They're not known for their sense of humor.
I'm not telling you anything new. Nobody ever asked you.
Were the bandits carrying weapons when they passed by here?
What kind of stupid question is that? How would they be bandits if they weren't armed?
I mean a whole load of weapons. A big delivery.
I see. Yes. Now that you mention it, they were carrying lots and lots. Some in barrels, some in bags. and some on the cart they brought.
You're employing day laborers?
Onar sends away the workers he can't use on his farm. Then he sends them to me. I feed them and they work here for me.
What do you think of Onar?
He's a greedy bastard who'll get us all hanged in the end. One of these days, the paladins will come out of the city and make us small farmers bleed for what he's doing here. But I haven't got a choice. The militiamen only come here to collect and not to defend the farm. If I held myself loyal to the city, I'd be very much on my own. At least Onar sends some mercenaries now and then to see how we're doing.
That'll only cause more trouble.
What have you got against the royal troops?
It's obvious. There hasn't been any improvement now that the paladins are in the city. Just the opposite. Now these cursed militiamen come onto our land even more often and steal everything they can. And the paladins don't do a darn thing about it. The only paladins that I've ever seen are the 2 guards at the pass. They wouldn't budge an inch, even if the militia slaughtered us all.
The pass?
Yeah, the pass to the old valley of mines by the waterfalls at the other end of the high pastures. Ask Malik about it. He was there a couple times last week.
That's totally obvious.
Is it really true? There's so many of you. Why didn't you just go up against the militia yourself?
It's true that there's a lot of us, but we're not trained fighters like the militia.
That's nothing new.
Hey! I'm supposed to deal with your militia problem.
What? I told Onar he should send a couple of his mercenaries.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Terrific. Do you know what the militia will do to me if you screw it up? These bastards come by here once a week and collect the taxes for the city. It's a good thing you came just now. This is their usual time. They should be here any moment.
I agree with you completely.
Let the militia come then. I'll deal with them.
I can't wait. Here they come now. See? I told you so. Just don't screw it up.
You don't have to ask me.
That's all just gossip.
Look at this one. Another joke. What are you doing here, huh? Who the hell are you?
That doesn't surprise me.
As if I didn't.
I'm your worst nightmare.
You're a dead man.
See that? I can't help him.
They're smashing. They're smashing each other's skulls. That's total.
You listen to the wrong people.
Your militia problem is a thing of the past.
Not bad. Maybe there'll be something left over at the end of the month now for a change. Thanks.
Who said that?
Nobody will learn anything from me. There's nothing you can do about it.
Anything's possible.
Fulco got what was coming to him. I've taught him a lesson.
The swine deserved it.
Halt! You can't go through here.
I want to talk to your leader.
Oh, I see. You want to talk to my boss. Well, then of course I'll let you through. But only if you know his name. Because if you don't, I'll be obliged to kill you. Well?
Anything's possible. They all ran like rabbits. I was completely alone.
Dexter.
Well, I guess you know the boss. Okay, I'll let you through. But I'm warning you. You get too close to anybody, you won't get out of here alive. So take a deep breath and leave your weapons where they are. You'll find Dexter in the house.
Nobody wants to know his decision, wasn't it?
He should have known better.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
They all ran like rabbits. I was completely alone.
That's no secret. There's more.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
Had to happen sooner or later.
Look who's here, the great emancipator. Well, hero, what are you doing here?
I'm looking for a few answers.
I never thought you'd come here voluntarily.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I've been looking for you. Haven't you seen any of my wanted posters? They all bear your mug. Oh yes, you're very much wanted. Didn't you know that?
So, what do you want from me?
Me? Nothing whatsoever. But my boss is hell-bent on seeing you dead. So he wants me to find you and bring him your head.
A mercenary named Patrick's been seen here.
Patrick, huh? No idea what you're talking about. I do recall some loud-mouthed mercenary who hung out with the boys out there sometimes. But I haven't seen him in ages. Maybe he got himself hanged at last. I wouldn't know.
There's this fellow with an eye patch. He's looking for you.
Everybody's looking for me. I couldn't care less. If that guy has some business with me, let him come here.
They say that you're kidnapping people from Khorinis.
So you found that out too. Good work, Buster. And here I was thinking I had covered my tracks.
Where did those people disappear to? Maybe down the mines somewhere here?
They're far away in the northeast by now, where you can't get to them. I could show you where exactly, but I don't know why I would want to do that.
Who gave you this order?
My boss. He's a dangerous man. You know him. Raven, one of the former ore barons from the old camp in the Valley of Mines. He needs those people to fulfill his plans, and that's all you need to know.
Raven? Dangerous? Oh well.
What do you know? You don't know him like I do. He was a miserable swine even back then, but these days, he has changed since the fall of the barrier. There's a black shadow across his face. His fierce glance will pierce you like the claws of a raptor, or if you look into his eyes for too long. My only advice to you is leave Khorinis as fast as you can, before it's too late. There's nothing here for you, except for certain death.
I don't believe a word you're saying.
Hey, it's true. I swear on my mother's grave.
And what do you intend to do now? Kill me?
Yeah, but you set us all free. That's why I'm giving you another chance. Beat it. Disappear. Make yourself invisible. Go and don't cross my path again.
I need to know where you brought those people.
Well, you could try beating it out of me. It's better for you if you leave now. If I see you around here again, I won't hesitate to kill you.
Just stay away from me with that magic of yours.
I'm gonna rip you to pieces.
gonna rip you to pieces. You haven't seen the last of me! 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 Don't try that again, Buster.
I found your buried...
Then you should be carrying about 100 gold coins, a golden chalice, a silver dish, and an amulet, and they're all mine. Give them here.
Here's your stuff. 100 gold coins, a golden chalice, a silver dish, and an amulet.
Very good. You're lucky that you weren't dumb enough to simply take the stuff and run. Here's your share of the booty.
How are things?
So-so. Those mercenaries aren't much help, really. I had expected them to have a little more guts, at least. But they're just a bunch of braggarts and loudmouths, if you ask me.
I take it you're looking for someone named Dexter?
Damn it, how would I know the fellow's name?
Maybe we should go and see him together.
I've still got a bone to pick with him. I can handle that by myself.
I know where you can find him.
Really? Tell me.
Not far from here. He seems to be the leader of an evil gang of bandits.
Ha! Yup, that's him. I knew the old landlubber'd hold up here somewhere. Now, all I need to do is scour all the hideouts and rat holes around here. I'll find that bastard. Don't need your help for that.
What was your business with the mercenaries?
I already told you I'm looking for this fellow in red armor. But the idiots here have no idea what I'm talking about.
No one really wants to hear
That's all just gossip.
That was no big deal.
First I've heard of it. Don't tell me you didn't know that. Telling you anything, that was obvious all along.
No one really wants to hear that.
You listen to the wrong people.
I went to see Dexter.
And?
Dexter is dead. There was no trace up there of your buddy Patrick. Dexter remembered him, but he said it had been ages since he'd seen him.
And you're sure that Dexter didn't lie to you?
No, I'm not. But this is all I can tell you.
I don't get it. He seems to have vanished off the face of the earth. Well, you've kept your side of the bargain.
What about Torlov's test now?
Don't worry, you can go back to Torlov. Your task is fulfilled and you've passed the test. I told you I would take care of it.
That's all just gossip.
I'm staying out of that himself.
It was just like you said. I'm not telling you anything new. That's been known a long time.
How's my reputation among the mercenaries?
I hardly know what to believe.
Let's see. Wolf says he has nothing against you joining. Jarvis thinks you're on the right side. Cord thinks you'd be good enough to join. Cypher says that for him it was crystal clear that you'd get to join. Something seems to have made him really happy.
Where did you pick that up then?
You seem to have convinced Rod that you're strong enough. Sentenza won't vote for you. He says you still owe him 50 gold pieces. Buster says you're okay, and Dar says you're a blabbermouth. But his vote doesn't count for very much here. The rest of the mercenaries haven't said anything. You convinced most of them by passing the test. Even if Cord had a little hand in it. You have my vote in any case, and you won some fair duels. A lot of mercenaries respect that. Most of the mercenaries are for you. As far as we're concerned, you can start with us at any time. Go to Lee. He'll explain everything else to you.
You don't have to tell me that.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion. Will it ever change? Better off myself. I'd have gone about it differently.
No idea. You tell me.
Hello, I'm new here.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm not really in the mood for conversation. I'm totally wrecked.
You're awfully busy, huh?
You can say that again. Bennett makes so many weapons that I can hardly keep up with the polishing.
Wait a minute.
I do not sell any weapons. Khaled does. He's in the house with Onar.
All that matters is I'm not telling you anything new.
Tell me that isn't true. I've got my own opinion about not touching that.
Nothing you can do about it. Nobody will learn anything from me. That's all just gossip.
I've got no time.
Where did you pick that up? You didn't get that from me.
Will it ever change? You hardly know who to believe these days. Completely.
Same old thing all over.
You didn't get that from me. Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Will it ever change? Is it really true? That was obvious all along. Yeah, he really said
rely on that.
Of course we got him in the end.
That's all just gossip.
Tell me that isn't true.
That was quite obvious.
I'll go better off myself. I've got us out of here differently.
It has come to my attention that you have it in for my boys. And as far as I know, you're one of Lee's protégés. I'm warning you, a few things are going to be different around here soon, and we'll talk about this again then.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Hey,
I can't believe it happened sooner or later.
That's the truth.
No one
That was
really wants
obvious
to
all
hear that.
along.
What do you want this time?
I couldn't get away with
He
that.
ran like Beliar himself was after him.
That's no secret.
That's really not my problem.
No
It can't
idea.
go on
You
like
tell
this
me.
forever.
No one really wants to hear that.
I couldn't care less.
No one really wants to hear that.
hey, you.
All right, you're the better.
Hey.
Since the
Well, kiddo?
That's no way for a farmhand to talk to me. Just how often do I have to remind you?
I'm not a field hand.
And what do you want here? We have nothing, so you can just leave right now.
Is that how you always treat your field workers?
Of course, they need that. Whoever doesn't toe the line here gets thrashed. That's the way it goes.
So what do you do when you're not busy playing ruler of the farm?
Stand guard. The filthy militiamen from the city are coming onto our land more and more often and stealing everything they can get their hands on. Only last week the bastards were here, and they took some of our sheep. If I could get my hands on one of them, I'd make short work of him.
But of course. I need to talk to your father.
He hasn't got time, but I'm his deputy. What can I help you with?
By introducing me to your father.
You're a real tough guy and a good fighter, huh?
The best.
I think maybe I better get him then.
Never mind, boy. I'll find him, I'm sure.
If you say so.
Hey, you! Why don't the mercenaries help you against the militia?
Before they even turn up, I've already driven them off.
Has anyone blown your nose for you today?
Leave me alone, you idiot.
So where are we headed then?
Are you the foreman here?
I'll give you one upside the head, you rascal. If you want to go ambling across my land, you'll pay me 5 gold coins, or you're in for a good thrashing.
Your land? Are you the farmer here?
You can bet on that. Why else would I make you pay me a toll? I don't mind if you go ask the others about me.
Forget it. You won't get anything from me.
Then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to tan your hide.
Come on and try it then.
Well, in that case...
So, still got that big mouth?
Don't beat me, please! I'll even go back to work, okay?
Wait a minute. There's this guy who demands a toll from every passerby, claiming he's the farmer.
Yes, I know. That's Bronco. He does whatever he wants. Not that I haven't pounded it into him 1,000 times that he should finally get back to work.
But
He just doesn't do it. My father's quite annoyed with me that I still haven't managed to persuade him to go back to work.
maybe I can help you.
Do you mean that? Okay, listen, if you can get Bronco to go back to work, I'll pay you, shall we say, 10 gold pieces? What do you say?
No problem, but I want more money.
All right, 20 gold pieces then.
I want more.
30?
I want more.
Maybe 50?
I want more.
All right, 70?
I want more.
Okay, I'll give you 100 gold coins, but that's all I have.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
But hurry up about it.
Has anyone blown your...
Leave me alone.
So, still got that big mouth?
Don't beat me. I'll leave.
Bronco's back at work.
Really? That's terrific.
Yeah, and now I want my cash.
Unfortunately, I don't have that much money, but I'm very grateful for your help.
What are you doing on my land? There's nothing here to steal. Clear off.
Isn't there a piece of land in this blasted country that doesn't belong to anyone?
Go to work. Then maybe someday you can call a piece of land your own. But until then, kindly loaf around somewhere else.
Listen.
I don't have any work for you at the moment. Now go.
Idea, you tell me.
It's a bad business.
No idea, you tell me.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Show me.
There isn't much choice, I'm afraid.
That's really not my problem.
Been there, done that.
It's not what I heard.
That isn't true.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help it.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
That's not what I heard.
It had to happen sooner or later.
Who are you?
I'm Orlan, the keeper of this here modest tavern. What are you looking for, stranger? Maybe a decent sword or a good piece of armor? A good swig from the country stills or just some information? I can give you all that and more if your coins ring.
I couldn't get away with that.
Am I being paranoid, or are you staring at my ring?
Well, I'm not quite sure what to make of that.
That was no big deal.
It's an aquamarine. Ever seen one before?
Yes, I have. Well, welcome to headquarters, brother of the ring. What can I do for you?
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I used to say that myself.
How much do you charge for a room?
For a brother of the ring? Nothing.
Here's the key to the upper rooms. You pick one for yourself.
That was obvious all along.
Been there, done
Show
that.
me your way.
Certainly, brother.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
He really should have known better.
That doesn't surprise me.
Same old thing all over again.
That's not what I...
Just have to listen.
Innos be with you. What can I do for you, wanderer?
What are you doing here?
I am a magician of fire, a priest of our god, Innos. This shrine is consecrated to him, the highest god, the creator of the fire and lord of justice. People come to me in order to pray to Innos and be blessed. And for a small donation, you can get many useful things from me.
Show me your...
May Innos...
Welcome to the monastery of Innos, stranger. I am Brother Pedro, a humble servant of Innos and the warder of the gate to the holy monastery. What is it you require?
Tell me about life in the monastery.
We live in the monastery in order to serve Innos. We novices perform the work and study the scriptures when we have the opportunity. The magicians watch over us, and they explore the arts of magic.
I want to enter the monastery.
Only the servants of Innos are allowed to enter the monastery. If you want to pray to Innos, go find one of the roadside shrines. You will find the tranquility to pray there.
What do I have to do to be accepted in the monastery?
If you want to be accepted into the Brotherhood of Innos, you must learn and obey the rules of the monastery. Also, we demand the gifts to Innos from each new novice. A sheep and 1,000 gold pieces.
That's a whole lot of gold.
It is a sign that you are beginning a new life as a servant of Innos. When you are accepted, you will be forgiven all your previous transgressions. And consider, you cannot take back the decision to become a servant of Innos.
What are the rules you live by?
Innos is the god of truth and justice, and thus we may never lie or commit a crime. Should you transgress against a brother of the community or steal our property, you will pay a penalty for it. Innos is also the god of law and fire. As a novice, you must show obedience and respect to all magicians of fire.
I see.
Furthermore, it is the duty of a novice to carry out all the work in the monastery for the good of the community. If you are prepared to follow these rules and have the offering to Innos, we are willing to accept you into our monastery as a novice.
I want to become a novice.
You did not bring the required offering with you.
I've got this statuette here. I think they're missing it in the monastery. Can I come in now?
Well, under these truly exceptional circumstances, you are free to become a novice.
I want to become a novice.
Is that really what you wish to do? For you must know that there will be no turning back for you then.
Yes, I want to dedicate my life to the service of Innos.
Then be welcome, brother. I give to you the key to the monastery gate. As a sign of your free decision, it is up to you to open the gate and step through. You are now a novice. Wear this robe as a sign that you are now a member of this brotherhood. When you are in the monastery, go to Parlin. He'll see to your needs from now on.
Will my transgressions be forgiven now?
Not yet. Speak to Master Parlin. He will bless you and wash you clean of your sins.
You don't have to ask me that.
No idea. You tell me.
You already know what I think.
And there's more.